Well, hello folks, all you internet people. This is Mike from Mike's Magic Resto Detailing and Paint Enhancement, and in this case, correction and ceramic coating in Sharpsburg, Georgia. I've had a hard time getting going today because, the weather's just so poopy. Yeah, Sally's grumbling because she's out there in the elements. The canopy helps a little bit. Sometimes I'll work in the rain. I'll put my rain suit on and get to it. But earlier, there was a little grumbling in the sky, which tells me somewhere around there was some lightning. I don't play with all that. And plus, the wind's blowing kind of hard. It's just a little too much. Because when it's raining this hard, off and on, the rain washes your product off about as fast as you could put it on. So I've just been kind of holding off, but I've got some stuff I can do in the garage first, take them out of order, which won't do any harm. That's okay. But here's the new project, which some of you saw the photograph of yesterday. It belongs to a repeat client. I did his wife's big farm truck. At any rate, this is not his daily driver, but it is a driver. This is a, as I recall it, a 1990 928 Porsche. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. Yep, see that? Right there it says it. Porsche makes it official, I reckon. But like I say, this is just a kind of a fun car for him. He does drive it, just not very often. It's relatively low miles. I forget exactly what the mileage is, but 1990, that's pretty good. And he's had a lot of mechanicals worked on. It is garage kept, which is one thing that has helped it stay in as good a condition as it is. But like I tell a lot of people, it passed the 4-foot, 10-foot test pretty good, as long as you got the right light. But as I will show you in a few spots here, it does need some love. So what happens when we start moving in closer on this hood? Holy cow, look at all that. Oh man, not sure what that is. I think it's just a fingerprint, a smudge, because it does have apparently some wax on it, a retail level wax. But look at all that. Holy cow, man. Not sure what this is. It looks like a ring from a water spot to me. Because what happens is the water comes down and lands, and this is what I'm told, on your paint. And as it sits there, the crap that's in the water, whether it be rainwater, tap water, sprinkler water, whatever, the water pushes the chemicals out to the edge of the water drop. And then when the water drop evaporates, that's what you're left with. And at first it bonds to the clear coat, and then it embeds in the clear coat. And as I think y'all can probably tell, this has somewhat embedded into the clear coat, it looks like to me. But I mean, look at all that's on this hood, would you? Most of this is from improper washing methods, improper drying methods, that sort of thing. I kind of doubt, sometimes you'll see this kind of damage from, the tunnel washes, commercial car washes, but, this being a Porsche, somehow I doubt that this thing has gone through any of those. It might have, but I don't know. That could explain some of these scratches that I'm seeing. They're a little out of the ordinary. Some more etching and paint defect right there from where something was left on the paint too long. I mean, hoo-wee. And after going over this vehicle pretty closely and carefully and at length with the customer, he decided that with it being a Porsche, and this being the original paint, we believe, and the paint thickness gauge seems to bear that out. There's plenty of paint on here to work with. And the good news is, even back then, the Porsche paint was a pretty damn good quality. So we've got some paint to work with. So, in short, we'll be doing a lot of damp sanding, most likely, 2 or 3 different grits, and then compounding, and then polishing. That's after we clean it, strip wash it, and all that kind of stuff. And see how much of this we can make go away. It's not all going to go away. He understands that. After him and I talking yesterday, there's some of these scratches that are just really too deep. And he understands that. Moly. Good gracious. See, like there's some deeper scratches, like right there. Right there. See that deep scratch right there? Some of those, I may be able to reduce the visibility of them, but I'm not sure they're going to go away. There are some scratches on this car I know are not going to go away. Maybe I'll show you one of those. And look at that. That irritates me when I see that. That is just some detailer or somebody somewhere that may have buffed this before or something or another. Didn't take the time to get around this thing good. But the other one over there is just like it. The glass is going to get a good topical polish. All this rubber trim, these plastic pieces like that rearview mirror. See, like some of this is rock chips. Nothing I can do about those, but I will improve it a lot. Deep scratches right there. All this plastic trim will be restored. All these rubber gaskets around the windows, etc. I will do some trim restoration on those. I'll give this sunroof some serious attention. It's got some scratches on there. Not sure what caused that. Could have been any number of things. See what that is right there. Something has impacted this roof. And that looks like some kind of paint transfer or something like that. I'm not quite sure until I start trying to clean that off. Some more of it right there. Some more right there. It looks like something either fell on this roof or went across it as it was going down the road. You know, who knows? Who knows? He is not the original owner of this car, so we don't know a lot of the past history. I will restore this grommet right here, and I'll try my best to restore this trim around the sunroof that seals that. Of course, when I'm buffing, all this stuff will be taped off. All these edges will be taped off for a variety of reasons. Hoo-wee. Look at all that scratching in this window. Can you see all of that? Man. I'm getting a little rain splatter in here. Man. See, there's a steep scratch, Linda, right there. It's pretty deep. I don't know how much of that I'll be able to take care of, but I'm pretty sure that at least I will be able to reduce it about 80% or so, and it may go away altogether. Well, holy moly. Got to work on this glass. I'm not sure what's going on with this spoiler here. It's kind of a rubbery type. I'm not sure what it's made out of. As you can see, there's some white oxidation along in there and around the edges and in different places. I'm not sure. I'm just not sure what's happened here. Like, it almost looks like it went through a car wash. You know, with the brushes. I can't imagine anybody taking their Porsche through a car wash, but you know what? Sometimes it happens. I don't know. This isn't, not sure what, it's kind of a cross between metal and something else. that trim piece that goes around. Here's a scratch on the rear end, Miss Linda, that's going to be difficult. It runs from right here all the way over to this side, and parts of it are deeper than other parts, but surrounded again by those what we call micro scratches, Miss Linda. See that? That scratch runs all the way across. Now my customer says that it goes from here, then it jumps down here, goes across the letters. I hope you're picking that up. All the way over to the tail light. And I suspect if you look at the tail light, yep, it continues on to the tail light for some distance. Now if I remember right, the customer told me he put that on there himself, and I can't remember how he said he did that. But you know, you drive a car. This is not a show car, not intended to be a show car. We're not doing show car level paint correction, but we are doing a very high level and finishing it off with a ceramic coat. Not sure what's going on right there exactly. I don't know. But it's just, this whole car is basically one solid micro scratch. I don't know if you can see that right in there, Miss Linda. That looks like something brushed up against the car. You know what? It could be as simple as somebody rubbing up against it with a pair of blue jeans on. That's why one of my DIY or Detailing 101 videos, one of the first ones I did was what clothing to wear when you're detailing. It can take hours to remove a scratch. It only takes a minute to make a scratch. So my clothes, I've got the, you know, kind of like gym pants on. There's no zippers, no buttons, no nothing. There's nothing on them, very soft, cotton, nothing on them to scratch a car. Even though a lot of times I do use the fender skirt. Holy moly, look at all that, Miss Linda. I have got my work cut out for me. Ooh-wee. Yeah, something obviously impacted right here, because that is gouged out. That's down to the metal right there. And it comes on over to the paint. And there's another piece of that damage. Who knows what happened there. A couple chips out of it right there. But this will needs to be repainted. And like I say, that rock chip there in the body paint, that is not going to go away. I'm not even sure I'm going to be able to reduce that a whole lot, because it's all the way down to the primer. Shoot, and some of it's looking a little worse than it actually is because of the moisture, the humidity in the air. You know, it's clinging to the metal and exacerbating some of these scratches. I mean, you can see like right there when I rub my finger across it, what it does. But it's pretty, you know, it needs some love. Definitely needs some love. And, you know, it is a Porsche, Linda. So the money he's going to spend on this for a Porsche is well worth it. I mean, good Lord knows how much it costs to repaint this thing. Another pretty big scratch right there. Man, oh man. Yeah, as you might suspect, this mirror is messed up as well. Just like the passenger side was. But man, oh man. This will be, how often do you see that, Miss Linda? Glass headlights. When's the last time you saw a glass headlight? Oh man. You know, and this front end is kind of the same situation. It's battered pretty good, as you might expect. A little rock chip right there. Lots of rock chips of different sizes and stuff on the front end. He knows it. Those are not going to go away. Even the fog lights, Miss Linda, even those are glass. Imagine that. Holy cow. But yeah, this is going to be about a week or more project, tedious work, because all these scratches can be different. I mean, like whatever that is there, it may have to be handled differently than one over here. You know, those are different types of contaminations and scratches. See that right there? So the procedure on each little section could very well be different. The number of steps could be different. And, you know, on a nice car like this, when it comes to the sanding, some of it I will do by machine, but some of it I will do by hand. Because, you know, you have to be careful with some of these paint jobs. Look at all that. Oh, boy, but, I mean, water spotting. Can you see those water spottings in there? There's one. There's more up there. That's just from it getting wet. Sitting around. Probably out in the sun. Some more deep scratching right there. Can you see that? I'm talking about those right there. The rest of that is what we call micro marring for the most part. And most of the time that's relatively easy to remove, the micro marring, because it's so shallow into the clear coat. You've got stuff to work with. There's another spot over here. I don't know. Can you see those scratches there, Miss Linda? See the ones that run this way? Oh, no idea what could have caused that. See those? Another one. One over there. I have no clue what caused that. But they run from about there to right up to the edge of that hood before you get to the vent cowle, which the vent cowle's pretty well hammered too. And that's going to be tough. You know, getting a polisher on that, because you don't want to hit this. You don't want to overflow onto the hood if you can be helped. I'm going to have to see if I can try and get these wiper arms off. I don't know if I can or not. I'll have to Google them and see how you take those off of a Porsche. I just don't know. I may or may not be able to get them off. But something's always in the way. Something. Always. You know, the wheels and tires don't look too bad at first glance. Of course, the tires are relatively new. But somebody has not been cleaning what we call the wheel barrels, Miss Linda, which is something I always do. I mean, it's nasty up in there. Shouldn't be that dirty, even on a car this old, if they had been maintained properly. But I'll see how clean I can get them. Holy cow. Okay, a long journey ahead of me, Miss Linda. But, you know, that's why they call it detailing. It's all about the details. You know, if it were easy, everybody'd be doing it. And a lot of people do detail, but not to the extent this car is going to be detailed. See, there's more scratching. And the sunroof. Sweet. This roof has been hammered with something. I don't know what. Because remember them scratches over on the other side? I just don't know. Like I say, this kind of scratching right here, that's relatively easy to take care of. But these scratches like this here, I don't know if you can see that one there. See that? And that. Those are much more difficult to get rid of, if they can be gotten rid of. Look at these scratches here. Once again, I can't imagine really what caused that, but it almost looks like scratches from a car wash brush. You know, when they rotate, scratch the paint while they were rotating. That may or may not be the case, but that's what it almost looks like to me. After looking at dozens of cars that were damaged by those tunnel washes, as we call them, and when people saw what had happened, they bring them over here to me. But that's what it looks like. The pattern of those scratches. I could be wrong. I hate casting blame where it's not deserved, but that's what it looks like to me, because it's just right there. I don't know what the heck, but I'm gonna get started doing a couple things here. I appreciate you dropping by. Y'all like, tag, share, follow, subscribe, all that internet nonsense, whatever all that is. And I'll get to working on this little lady, see what we can do. Alrighty then. Bye for now.